Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to be covering everything important that is going to be dropping this week, as well as anything new, changes, stuff that they're updating, just things you need to be aware of for this reset and what we're getting once the server goes live after this maintenance. So nothing too crazy is happening at reset. World bosses should be the same with Galleon and Shaw. They still have their same loot table. It is very important that you understand that. I will obviously go into more detail here in a moment, but they have the same loot table this week as they have had since they came out. So you will not get tier off of Shah just yet, which we will talk about in detail later. However, there's a very important bug that I want you guys to be very aware of, and hopefully it might get fixed before tomorrow and when the server comes up. However, we don't know that. So this bug has to do with bonus rolls, specifically if you are a paladin or a class with spirit. So lots of mages are getting spirit gear from bonus rolls, and it's bad because lots of mages have no benefit from spirit, and priests are getting intellect shields. So people are talking about this. Mages and warlocks aren't getting spirit anymore, but the shadow priests and holy priests are getting shields. Here is an official blue post. Yes, there was an issue where priests were unfortunately eligible for shields with a spirit stat with both quest rewards and bonus rolls. So it's very important. Like, priests could just be qualified to get them, and we want to avoid that. Then we have implemented a temporary fix where shields with a spirit set are no longer available as a quest reward in Mr. Pandaria content. Priests will no longer be roadblocked, but for the time being, shamans and paladins won't receive the shield rewards from those quests. We're working to develop a better fix for the issue. After that next fix, shamans and paladins will be able to receive their shield quests. So this response is crazy. This comment made me laugh. We can't seem to fix the issue with a couple of non-shield wearing classes as reward/bonus rolls. We have now fixed the issue with screwing over other shield wearing classes. In a week or so, we'll allow paladins and shamans to receive shield again, and instead move the minor inconvenience to warriors and death knights, who will now receive plate intellect gear. That's obviously not the case. And the week after, rogues will get intellect leather. But yeah, it's just an unfortunate thing happening with bonus rolls. So if you are a shaman or paladin looking for your shield, or you are a priest, please be very careful bonus rolling, because it could get screwed over. It does appear that warlocks are good. Warlocks and mages are good. I rolled a chest piece from Galleon, and it didn't have spirit on it, so that is very good to know. But I just want people to be aware of this. Hopefully we have a fix very soon for that. But if you are one of those classes, just be cautious of your bonus rolls. And that brings me to the next thing. So the most important thing that is going to be coming is this Thursday, the newest raid drop. So Thursday, August 21st, we get the Heart of Fear. And what is significant about Heart of Fear is two things. One, your tier starts to drop. So I would highly recommend that you look at what class you are in this game. And I like to use Wowhead guys. They're really good now for gearing and tell you what's up and what to use. So like for Monk, I use 5 pieces of tier. I use a 4-piece reset, and then I use the Windwalker shoulders. That's how good the tier is, just because of stats, how it's statted, the sockets it has, as well as your tier set bonuses. So the last 3 bosses start to drop tier. So Windlord, Amber, and Grand Empress. Now, another thing from Heart of Fear that you need to be aware of, and this, I don't know exactly if it is completable. So through the legendary quest, you get your Shot Touch gems, and Shot Touch gems go into Shot Touch weapons. So as a monk, my best piece is off of Grand Empress Shakzir here, and I try to get the claws right here for the fist weapon. And this is my best Shot Touch piece of weaponry. There, she also drops the caster one-handed mace, and there are a few other weapons that drop here. But if you're a class that your shot touch weapon drops from, you want to go here and you want to make sure you know that, so you can maybe save your bonus roll for it. Like I'm going to be saving it for Empress. I'm probably going to use it on Windlord, Amber, and Empress just to try to get the tier pieces that I need. It has a shot at chest, legs, and gloves, which would be really, really nice to get any of those. And now, world bosses do not drop them. So, while it does show Shot of Fear dropping them, the world bosses were released early and they weren't supposed to be there. So, the Shot does not drop its tier pieces yet. But as you can see, it does drop them eventually. It just isn't up yet because they don't want you to get that. So the Shot of Anger will drop its tier at some point, just not right now. And it does drop legs and gloves. So it will start to drop those tier on Tuesday the 26th. So super important and something to pay attention to for your bonus rolls. Now your bonus rolls are the same as always. You'll be able to come down here to the Charm of Good Fortune. You turn in 50 Lesser Charms to get your 3 Elder Charms. So you can have a max of 15 if you're a new character, haven't used any at all. But I would be very cautious and very aware of your Heart of Fear gear, what you want to get, because Mogushan, the world bosses, Shot of Anger, and Galleon, all of them share the bonus rolls. So you're going to be looking at MSV, Heart of Fear, Terrace of Endless Springs, and you really, really want to make sure that you are looking into this to maximize your gear, to maximize your chances at the best loot possible. I would highly encourage you look up your class, the spec you're playing, what you're going after, because like I said, my monk, I use 4 pieces of tier. I use all 5. I use 4 brew and 1 windwalker, so tier is my biggest focus, as well as those shot touch weapons. Now, what I was pondering is because they changed the legendary questline, normally the next step after you get your Sigil of Power and Sigil of Wisdom is to then go into Terrace of Endless Spring and defeat the Shot of Fear. However, that is the final thing, but since they took LFR out and people's ability to do that might be a little harder than what has usually been, you now can go and do the celestial version of, I believe, Temple of Jade Serpent and kill the Shah of Doubt in order to complete your Essence of the Shah to get your Shah Touch gem. So I think that is the replacement that they put in just because Celestials are an LFR replacement. So that's what they're sort of going with. And so it is actually might be possible if you spam Celestials all day, got your Sigils of Power, Sigils of Wisdom, and then turned in that, progressed the quest, obviously being honored with the Black Prince, which you probably have from just doing quests already. And then you turn it all in, you might actually be able to get your legendary Shot Touch gem. So if you're class like a monk or a healer and your Shot Touch weapon is in fact dropping from Grand Empress, it would be very, very good for you to get out there and make sure you are trying to get that weapon. Like, I definitely would really want that for that Shot to socket, which gives you 500 main stat. So that's something that I am honestly genuinely not sure about. I haven't seen anywhere where they said that you hard can't do it until Toast comes out. So there is potential for monks to, I guess, have their Shot Touch weapon with a Shot Touch gem in it. So I might be going really hard to figure that out. But anyway, time will certainly tell, but I just wanted you guys to be aware of all this stuff, and I will see you when the server goes up. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below, and thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.